Whenever I'm feeling sad or lost or depressed, I know there's one place in this world that'll make me feel just a bit better, and that is the Academy Museum. Last week, I decided to put on the ruby slippers that I made myself and wear them to go see the real ruby slippers on display. Los Angeles is my favorite city on earth, and the Academy Museum is my favorite place within that city. Whenever I'm inside its walls, I feel connected to the past, the present, and the future. That's what art does. That's what movies do. They bring us together. Never let anyone try and convince you that art and movies are not important. If they weren't important, they wouldn't spend so much time trying to convince you that they're frivolous. Art brings us together. Art makes us realize how much we have in common with each other, and that is something that is truly terrifying to people in positions of power. Never forget that culture is always driven forward by the outsiders, the downtrodden, the othered. Motion pictures were the playground of Black people, Asian people, immigrants, Jewish people, gay people, and women, and it stayed that way until they became profitable. If you study history, you'll know there's an ebb and flow to society, and right now I am absolutely terrified of this ebb we are currently in. No society or culture at any time, in any place, in all of human existence has ever benefited from being more conservative. If that offends you, you might want to work on yourself. Have you ever noticed that people in power like to convince us that beautiful things aren't important? A lot of that does come down to sexism, needlepoint, frivolous, because it's a woman's pursuit, woodworking, good, because it's a masculine pursuit. But there's actually something deeper and more nefarious. When things are pretty, people are happier. And when people are happier, they're less compliant. Psychologically speaking, you're much more easily manipulated when you're sad or depressed or scared. There's a reason why most people don't turn to religion when they're super duper happy and things are going well for them. Just a reminder, the more religious a country is, the less happy they are, and the less religious a country is, the more happy they are, statistically. Fear, sadness, and division are excellent motivators. So as we are in the final hours of TikTok, I just want to give a big thank you to everyone who has watched my videos and engaged with my content. 2 years ago, I saw the ruby slippers for the first time on display at the Academy Museum when I came to the Judy Garland Gala. If it hadn't been for The Wizard of Oz, I would not be in Los Angeles right now. There's a butterfly effect to everything. If one tiny thing had been different, I would not be in Los Angeles. I would not have managed to make my life better and my dreams somewhat within reach. I'd like to take a moment and quote a song from Wicked. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And whatever way our story ends, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. So, my strange little onions, know I will always love you. And I will always be grateful to everything that you and TikTok have allowed me to do and change about my life. A few life lessons I want to pass down to you before we go. Not tolerating intolerance does not equal intolerance. In a world where you can be anything, always be kind. Kill with kindness because if nothing else it makes you more sympathetic to the jury. Don't take crap from anybody. And have a hug, a cookie, and a juice box.